And we are live. Welcome to yet another another War and Pieces with my good friend Dan Pacaldi.
Hey, Rob, how are you?
How are you? From No Enemies Here. Monster, what's up? How are you doing? How are you, Dan?
I'm okay. You?
Doing fine.
That's it.
And thanks everybody for coming by. We'll get you real soon.
Hey, Nathaniel.
Bonnie, hold on. I'm going to put this.
Bonnie.
Well, I don't got my glasses on.
No, he's writing in French.
Oh, jeez. Come on now. Come on. It's too late in the day to start dropping some of that stuff.
Would you like me to read it?
Go ahead.
Bonne soirée, Dan et Rob et chat people.
All right. So what does it mean?
It says, good evening, Dan and Rob and chat people.
Well, there you go. Wow, he brought that in old school. Downriver Rick, Robert Carroll. Always good to see you guys. So, a couple things. Couple of little minor changes that are going to happen. One of the things that I'm going to try to do is we're going to try to start corralling this towards Board Game Geek. I got this streaming on like 3 different platforms. The Twitch, which is going to go away next week, and then the following week, we're just going to move it from my channel. War and Pieces will always be on my channel, but the live thing, I kind of want to keep it so everybody can see the chat, and we're not always writing the chat. And it was kind of funny. Aldi came in on the Board Game Geek side, and everybody's talking, and he can't see anything because the chat doesn't accumulate the way it does here. Okay. So it was kind of funny, and I'm thinking, boy, if people are on different platforms, they don't see and they don't get that integration that we try to build up. But hey, I digress. Herman Luttman, we actually need you here because later in the program you're going to understand why, and you'll see why you're going to need us. Now, I got to do a little housekeeping here, okay? First off, tomorrow we were supposed to do a playthrough. For those of you that follow this channel here, a playthrough of Too Many Bones with Candace. Unfortunately, that had to get moved to Monday at the same time, 7 in the evening. Kabook, what's up? So we got a real interesting show today. We're going to be talking about a few things. I want to show you some things. You may have seen it on Rob's Tabletop World, but you and I had talked about it. But I've been really blown away by some of the things that we've got. But most importantly, my dear friend Dan, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
How you been?
I've been good. Actually, today I went for Fiddleheads. I was busting your chops texting you. Sorry, Rob.
It was just one of those days.
And there was no Fiddleheads.
Okay, let me ask you something. I know you're going to find this a little silly. What is a fiddlehead?
You know a fern? When you walk in the forest, you see ferns?
Yeah.
Well, before they're ferns, they're all scrunched up, and it looks like a violin head, a fiddle head. That's why they call it a fiddlehead. And you know what, Rob? If you got any, I don't know what it is like in Florida. Not all fiddleheads are edible, but wicked vitamins in that. There's omega-3s in it, man.
So you eat it.
Yeah. You got to cook it well. And it tastes in between an artichoke, spinach, and broccoli.
Artichoke, spinach, and broccoli.
You got it.
So a fiddlehead.
Yes, sir.
Huh. Fiddlehead ferns. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Fern.
Okay. So you go get them early.
And
then you cook these things up.
Yeah, and you freeze, you blanch them, you freeze them for the winter, and you got really, really awesome vegetables for the winter.
Look at this. Look at this guy putting the blame on me. Look at him trying to stick stuff to me. Rob cost me. No, you had the choice to keep your money in your pocket, young man.
But you know what, Rob? Herman, being the dream team designer, he's loaded.
$200.
What's that?
$200. You burn that to light your candle at night. Jesus. Ugh.
Oh man.
Jeez. Blackstone Fortress is a great time. And you guys are just not going to want to be around me this weekend because of all the things that we are going to be showing off. Whoa, Sean Thompson is here. So everything's good. He said hi to both of us. And of course, everybody's got to say hi to Kabuki. Kabuki is kind of, she's the flag bearer of this show. When Kabuki's here, you know, okay, the show can go on. If Kabuki's not here, we just cancel it. She's kind of like the mascot. There we go. Look at this, everybody got to get their Kabuki shot in. Rob, they have fiddleheads in Connecticut. You see, I didn't know. You know, maybe I had them as a kid. You know, but boy, I just didn't have time to chase them. And hey, Rob, regards from South Africa. Spiros, how are you, my friend?
Spiros, that sounds Greek.
It does. It does.
Yeah. Re. Re.
All right. So, anyways, Dan.
Yeah.
It's a new week.
Let's do it.
War and Pieces. Best show out there today.
I agree.
All right. I mean, we're the best. I know it. You know how I know it?
How do you know it?
Because we help people. Okay. I like helping people. You like helping people?
So do I.
Mm-hmm. Except if you're a fiddlehead, you're doomed.
Bah.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get eaten. So, have you played? Did you get anything new this week?
Yes, sir. Would you like me to show you what I got new?
Yeah, I'm going to let you go first because I'm going to be talking about a few things. Boy, that didn't sound good.
No, this is a heavy game, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Old School Tactical Volume 3, which you can get. You can get because I believe they have 19 in stock at Miniature Market. How do you like them apples?
And also, I got the. Oh man, even this is heavy.
Ooh, yeah, Hellbent. Another great expansion. Let me ask you something. Did you get a chance to crack it open?
Are you kidding? I mean, I cracked it open to smell the inside of the box because I do that.
Okay, after you smell.
You know.
You make this too easy. So did you get a chance to read through it a little bit?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
I got it yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I probably would have skimmed through the rules a little bit, but that's okay. The thing about this, and I think the thing that you're going to be very intrigued about this, is they expand upon what is already a very, very good, solid system, but the bonsai rules.
Oh, I gotta check this out now.
Yeah, no, check it out. When you open up the game itself, you're going to see a whole bunch of bonsai counters. Hold them up for the fans. Oh God, he's got some old bugs. Okay.
Okay, these are the rules.
Yeah, those are the rules. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about this.
Show me the counters. You're going to see a whole bunch of bonsai counters. Of course, done in the traditional great. Oh, there he goes.
These are nice counters, man.
They're very nice counters. Of course, nobody can see them.
Well, no, I'm trying to find the bonsai thing. I'm blind like a bat.
You got to put the glasses on, bro. Here, you need a pair? You need a pair? Do you need? Oh, that's right. You need a pair? No.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah. Those aren't the bonsai counters. They say bonsai on them. They got the flag on them.
No, are you sure they're? I see bonsai. Yeah. Oh, a nudge.
Which is dropping stuff. Yeah, there you go. The red sun. Yeah, there you go. Red sun rising. It's just really, really incredible. 19 left on OST, 14 on the expansion. Yeah, see, it's going quick. You guys are gonna have to grab that. It sold out quick last time. They got them back in. You guys are going to want to check that out. I would jump all over that. You're not going to get that any cheaper than $80.
$80, man.
$80.
I mean, I know some companies who sell their games like $150.
Right. Tommy, how you doing? Von Dijk, what's up? Good to see you. So, great system, great game. You're going to love it. We're going to be talking about that more in the future as you start to get learned with it. But we got some things to talk about. What I want everybody in, and I don't want you throwing it out there yet, is thinking about the greatest war games of all time, in your opinion. Think about them. Don't write it in the comments. We've got a little bookkeeping to do here first. Okay, and then we're going to come back to that, and we're going to talk a little bit about that a little later in the show. So I want you guys to start thinking in your heads, because this is going to be, I want the chat to really participate in this. Okay? I want you guys to participate. And even if you guys wanted to come in, all you got to do is email me at novaprime860@hotmail.com. We'll have you come in, and you can give us some of your thoughts. That's what a freewheeling show this is.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we are. I mean, we're not scared. We're not pieces of cardboard. God knows, bruh. All right. Well, anyways, listen. I want to show you some of the things that I ran into. And I got this late last week. And I said, let me check this out. And I checked it out over the weekend. So I'm going to share my screen here. And I'm going to put you over to the side with me.
Yeah, there. I'm impressed.
Yeah, well, we try. I got this game, Waterloo. Now, listen. I did a review on it. You're going to see it coming up on May 4th. Okay? May the 4th be with you. But I'm telling you right now, this is something special. And I really want you guys to check out this video. This is something special. And you and I talked ad nauseum about this. But this beautiful, unbelievable map. And this is the first game from a company. They're called Companion War Games, History Illuminated. And I'm going to do it, Dan.
You're gonna open up the map?
No, I'm not going to take out this monster of a matted map.
Smell the box?
No, I'm not going to smell the box. Okay, I've got some pride. I want to show. So I'm already popping out. I popped out a bunch of counters. I started messing around with things, testing things, and I was beautiful dice. There we go. All right. I wanted to take this out because this does something a little. Smell the box, Lou Anthony. All right. There you go. There you go, Lou. I did that for you. All right.
Ah, man.
Okay. All right. Now listen. This here, how many, you look at this, but look at this manual. Gives you a little bit of introduction, talks a little bit about, but the thing I like, instead of waiting to the back to give you the history lesson or the beginning to give you the history lesson about this particular battle, they said, first of all, it is laid out. This is one of the most easiest games I've been able to read. It's about, I want to say about 24, 25 pages with advanced rules. 29 with advanced. I'm actually going to put on my glasses so I know what the hell I'm talking about. The nice thing, they lay everything out, make it very understandable, but it's here that as you're going through, you understand why they built the game a certain way. And they give you the historical notes to coincide with a command phase. Okay, this is why we made this command phase, because historically, this is how this worked out.
So it's integrated into the rules.
Exactly.
Very, very interesting.
It really is, because they're just moments that you're reading and you go, okay, all right, okay, I get that. And then you go, well, listen, there was some controversy in history. Another historical note right here, where they talk about Ney as a commander and why they gave him the abilities that they did and the reason behind it. because a lot of this is, there's a lot of controversy with Napoleon's last battle in the fact that, there were certain things that were in certain places and just really, it's really interesting how they've decided to do this and build this game around some of the things that they felt strongly about, where it may not be historical. Historically there was some controversy over things like where the grand batteries were, okay, and where they were placed, and they show that and they say, well, something, we're going to go with what we think. And the thing I really like about this, and you'll see more about it on Monday, and you and I will actually be, we're going to do some a playthrough of this, and really, I really want to cover this game for all intents and purposes. The thing that this does is, for a first game from a company, you do not expect. You expect them to have some obstacles, some graphical errors, not do it like they've been here all the time. I always say, when you go play something and you do something great, act like you've done it before. And that's exactly what this company did with this. Fantastic job.
Awesome. And you know what? The rule book can't be 46 pages long because it's got all those historical notes. So it's even a shorter rule book than it is.
But they even give you a walkthrough of it, of movement, of firing, and this, that, and the other, and you just it just clicks, because I took it out and I go, okay, let me put some of these things into place, and let me try some of this. And it's such a unique system. And check out the video. Again, I've talked a little bit about it on Saturday, and I want to rehash this here.
Impressed, man.
Too much. We also talked about something else. I'm going to share my screen with you again. All right. There we go, off to the side, bro. We got this in from Serbia.
Yep.
And we got a bunch of games, but this is the one that I really got a chance to take a look at. The other ones I really want to take a look at. And I'm not going to talk too much about this. You and I are going to do a little something with this and talk about this. I think we talked about doing a video together where we just kind of really talk and break down games and give a different feel to things, pluses and minuses. There's a lot of game. This is called Panzer Strike France 1944. We've talked about this. It's a little expensive to get it over here in the United States, but I was really blown away by this. But we'll be talking about that. We're actually going to have the designer on. I believe we were going to have him on. Is that correct? Him and his son?
Predrag? No, that's the other guy, Rob.
Well, I still think that we should have him on.
Oh, no, I want to have him on.
Yeah, we're going to try to get him on, and I really want to save that and some of the other stuff he's done, because the things that you're able to do over in Serbia, I really want to promote and try to help this guy out. How does he deal with a lot of different things, and I want to talk with him and showcase his games, and that I'm going to come up top for a second here, because I'm going to preach a little bit. And jump in at any time, Dan. I'm sorry if I don't want to run you over here.
And I'm listening.
The thing I want to preach here, okay, is I want to break out of that circle. And now these are my comments only. This is nothing that Dan feels or anything. And if Dan feels it, he can say it himself. I want to break out from the usual suspects. All right. I mean, I think all those guys are fantastic. But the thing is, we should be promoting newer companies, bringing in newer people to this fantastic hobby. And that is what we are going to attempt to do. All right. No offense to anybody else, the Grugnards or whatever they want to call themselves or anything like that. But I really want to open the gates. All right. This has been a very tough time for a lot of people. And if we can help people in any way that we can, I think that's what we want to do. What do you think, Dan?
I'm on board.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I hope I'm not overstepping my bounds by saying those type of things.
No, I got your back, man. I'm in.
I know you do. I know you do. Another neat little thing. Now, I got the game over there. We've got this in recently, but I wanted to talk a little bit about this because there was a very interesting game that was made not too long ago, Blood and Plunder. As a matter of fact, hold on for a second. Fill the dead air, Tan. Fill the dead air.
There's Jason. The Hethwell asks, from the last War and Pieces, he says that we showed a World War I game by that company, by Four Stage Games, I think.
I don't think it was the last War and Pieces. We were messing around on Saturday. You showed it off.
Oh, okay. But I mean, I'll show it to you right here.
Yes. Yeah, I want to cover all that stuff. I don't want to eat up too much time with that because we're planning on really breaking that stuff down.
Yeah.
So, Hetwell, yeah, I agree. We're really going to cover the thing. Well, this here is Blood and Plunder, which I've got. This is just, if you are a miniature war gamer, you've got the Spanish. You actually sail the ships. They actually have the ships, and they're this big.
So, Rob, what system is that?
Blood and Plunder.
Oh, so that's its own system.
Yeah, it's its own system. Really amazing, and this book is beautiful. It talks about Spanish commanders, and it plays very much. This is something you would see at a convention. Beautiful terrain and stuff like that. It's really fantastic.
And how difficult is something like that, Rob?
What's that?
How difficult is that?
It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. The thing that takes up most of your time is building the models and the scenery. Well, they came out with a board game. If anybody remembers Age of Sails. Age of Sails. Is it Age of Sails?
That's a GMT game, I think.
No, yeah, I'm way off. Hold on, I just got to look around. Oh God, it's by Ares. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts.
It's by Ares.
Ares Games. Kabuki or somebody's gonna come up.
Not the dog fighting game there, the airplane game.
Yeah, it's like the Wings of Glory.
Yeah.
And I think it's Sails of Glory. Thank you. It's been a long day, folks. Thank you. Well, the thing that I picked this up because I have Sails of Glory. I have a lot of Sails of Glory. Very interesting system, Dan. You would like it very much. The ships come together. They're painted. They're already done. They're beautifully done. And the game plays very well. Works off this system where you're pulling shits out and you're going to be damaging ships. Well, this kind of reminds me of it. And I wonder, and we're taking a look here. This is the way the ships come, of course. So you're going to have to do a little spicing them up, so you know what's what.
Okay.
But I wonder how this is compared to that. And it's something that I'm going to be investigating very soon as I got everything in that I wanted to get in. And I want to compare the two because Sails of Glory is a game that, and I'm going to come back up top here. Sorry about that. Is a game that is very. You can bring smaller kids into it, and they would have a good time with it if you kept it nice and tight. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's easy to learn, impossible to master, very enjoyable. But I really enjoy that game, and I have a bunch of ships for it. So I should break it out and
I'd love to see it, man.
Yeah, I think it's something that maybe I break out because we're experimenting with Zoom. That we're going to actually move over to Zoom very soon. I'm just terrified to do it because I don't want to blow.
Yeah, an episode or two.
An episode or two where people go, okay, what garbage is this?
Yeah.
I'm working with a couple things. We're going to get it down. I want to go with a higher DPI. So when we do a War and Pieces, that we're actually able to have a game laid out and we can talk about it. It may be something that you don't know about, or maybe something that I know a lot about, or maybe something you know a lot about. And we can explain it to everybody because it's fun that way. It is fun that way.
I want to look. I've never got into miniatures. Firstly, I don't have many people to play here.
I have no one. I play myself. I don't know. I just never got into miniatures, but I've always wanted to. Man. Let me tell you something. I'm tired of beating myself. I always lose every time I play myself.
Yeah, me too, man.
But some really interesting things came in. It's not Google Meet is free as of today. Oh, I paid all that money for Zoom. So now I got to go check out Google Meet. Google Meet. Is it able to do 1080? Because if it isn't able to do 1080, and we're not able to stream it.
And Kabuki, what happens if you're a vegetarian and you don't want Google Meet?
I guess you get Google. What do you call them? What were those things you were hunting for?
Fiddleheads.
Yeah, Google Fiddleheads.
Let's do a miniature thing, man. I mean, you could pick anyone. I have no idea.
Right.
So
right.
Pick anyone. But the thing is, when you play these miniature things like that system before, that pirate system, you need a GM, right?
No, not at all.
Oh,
not at all. It's just man on man.
Okay, cool.
I think it's only 60 minutes, so you can only use it for 60 minutes.
Well,
unless you pay for it, which I'll investigate that. What I want to do is get the best system. Now we can have people in and do all the things that we do. Lou, thank you so much. He enjoys my painting videos. Well, I enjoy painting. We did some real creepy stuff yesterday. So.
Yeah, it was pretty Bob Ross.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy. Hold on here, Rob. What was the game before Oak and Iron? You mean
the Napoleonic game?
The book? Hold on. I'm gonna come up top here. Boom. Look at that. Blood and Plunder, 17th century.
Man, that looks like a serious book.
Oh, it covers a lot of different things. It covers sea battles, land battles, all the different factions, everything that you can want is in here. I mean, just really, out there, beautiful. The figures are beautiful. You could get a set for about $30, $60, 2 sides, and you're off and running. And it's really a unique set. If you were talking about this is Panzer Strike.
Yeah, father and son team.
Yeah, father and son team. Really, they're from Serbia. Really, really nice bunch of guys. And we're going to do what we can to, for those of you that are in Europe can get it, or just support them just because, what goes on there, and do what you can to help. All right, there we go. All right. Well, hold on. We got a little answer here. The free version of the product requires a Google account, which we have, and video calls have 60-minute cap. But Google said it won't enforce that rule until after September 30th.
Yeah, well.
There you go. Free version will allow up to 100 participants. Included features such as screen sharing, which we do, real-time captions. Okay. All right.
Man, and I paid $200 for this thing that I have.
I've paid more money for things lately. Every time I turn around, I'm throwing out 50, 100, 50, 100.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me your setup with your camera on top there.
Yeah, I will. Google 720.
Hey, Ruff, what's up, man?
Hey, Ruff, what's up? All right, so here we go. So I'm going to put this out here. We're going to try to compose a list here. So let me move all this stuff out here. I would like to see what everybody thinks is their top 3 greatest war games of all time. What they, even if you don't have it or something, what you feel is the greatest war games of all time. And we're going to compose a little list here. You want to know how we're going to do that list? Dan?
Go ahead. I see. Capiche.
We have that will be for number 1. It's not an I. 2 and 3. Now, you and I have picked out a few games that we consider some of the greatest games of all time. Now, as you guys throw these games out, I'm just going to mark them over here, and we're going to try to figure out. We're going to try to figure this out. Now, Dan.
Yeah.
All right. While we got this. Okay, hold on. Well, we could do that. Oh, wait a minute. We got to get us both here. No, that ain't going to work. All right, we'll get ourselves in here. Okay. Is there any criteria? No. All time. Doesn't matter what you think. You just start throwing things out there. We're going to keep an eye on the chat. I'm going to write some things down. We're going to talk about some of the things that we think are good. Maybe we put something into your head. And if Herman's out there, boy, wouldn't it be interesting what he thinks the top 3 greatest war games of all time? Okay, look at this. Look at this Daniel thinking Washington's War. I'm going to write that down.
Washington's War. That's a GMT.
That's all right.
Who did that Washington's War?
Paths of Glory. That's all right. I want to see if we run into a bunch of things.
40K?
Warhammer 40K. Okay, well, we'll put it over there.
Nathaniel says Command and Colors Ancients.
CNC Ancients. I'm writing it down. I'm going to include pretty much everything with that. Let's just call it Command and Colors because it's the same system, pretty much. Look at this World Panzer Leader.
World in Flames. That's a huge game, man.
Again, this is everybody's opinion. Panzer's Leader.
Panzer Leader and
keep an eye on it and start chucking.
Empire of the Sun.
See, we're not getting a lot of similar things. Combat Commander.
Yeah. Squad Leader. Undaunted Normandy. That's Jason Wayne Spike.
Spiros,
man, Ifaristo.
ASL. I see some ASL.
Necromorph.
Hold on. I want to make sure. I'm only going to put down the ones that I'm going to see. Undaunted Normandy. I think you got to.
Nathaniel says Tank Duel, Warfighter, Conflict of Heroes.
Norm. All right. Because we're going to have to reduce this list. Memoir 44. Bismarck, Axis and Allies, another squad leader. So I'm going to put a little check there. Tank Duel.
Cab, I hear you.
That's a newer game. Wow.
I hear you, Cab.
Did you like Tank Duel? Warfighter?
I've never played it.
I got it. I haven't got too much. Last 100 yards.
You know, the thing is with Tank Duel, Rob, is I think you have to be in a gang of people. It's a beer and pretzels, fun game. And, you got to kick each other's butt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Warfighter, we got that. Down in Flames.
We got Up Front.
World at War, somebody said, right?
Yeah. We got Ambush.
At War.
We got Ogre.
Ambush. Okay, I'm writing this all down. Combat Commander. Let's see. What else do we got here? Ambush. You got it. You got to have Ambush in there. 1775.
Trevor says, wow, no love for Root.
Guess not. BattleTech. I'm going to leave that one out.
Spiro, man.
Sherman Leader. Okay. I think you got a leader.
Freeman's Farm, 1777.
That's actually a very, very good game. Freeman's Farm. I have that. I don't have it as my all time. 1777. All right. Wow, we got a lot of variants here. A lot of variants.
Victory games.
Civil War. Civil War. All right. Civil War was very good.
Kabuki says flat top.
That's another great one. Wow. Good call, Kabuk.
We're going way back here.
Yeah. I think you got to put in tactics too.
Hey, Kabuki, was flat top a solo game?
Mighty Empires. Hands in the Sea. So we got Victory in Pacific.
We got a conditional.
We're all over the place here.
Yeah, Castle Litter.
I see Rising Sun a lot.
Rising Sun.
Sun.
Quebec 1759. Nathaniel, Matt.
That was actually a very good game. A very simplified game. Yeah, a very, very good game. That was a lot of fun. I did that live, as a matter of fact.
These are my peeps, man. That's a couple of hours away.
Yeah. I always want to play Mighty Empires. Very good game. All right. So as you can see, just asking that question, just like that. So we're going to kind of eliminate some things. Fields of Fire. Somebody said that already. Oh, Fields of Fire. I don't think they did. Did whatchamacallit leave?
Who? Herman?
Yeah. Matter of fact, Aldi's here. Aldi, how you doing? If you don't worry about being in the chat all by yourself. We're going to be taking care of that very soon. We told everybody that we're going to start moving everybody over. We're going to give it a week or two, and we're going to have this solely on. Yeah, you got it. Our great friends over at Fields. Hold on, of Board Game Geek, which I think was the right thing, so everybody can talk in one community, or find a system where it connects everything, which would be very, very nice. It's always good to see our good friend Hammer of the Scots. Yeah. Queen of the Skies. I'm surprised nobody said B17. Yeah. I'm surprised nobody said that.
Cab. Kabuki.
Kabuk. Oh, gotcha. All the Armageddon War. Yeah. That's one of mine. I really love that game. I love that game.
We could go nuts.
Yeah, and that's the point. Is there's such a variance. So how do you determine? It really comes down to what is, in your opinion, in your emotional opinion, does it bring memories to you? Does this do all kinds of different things? So when you go out there and you ask, what's the greatest war game of all time? It really becomes hard because it becomes Band of Brothers, another great game. Up Front, another great game. Yep. So kind of here, we can kind of see some things that we could talk about. And I think we can wipe a bunch of these away, and I'll tell you why. But we're going to talk about, and I'm going to let you run off a couple of things that you really think are your greatest. Oh, Lou, take it easy, by the way. It was good seeing you. Thanks for popping in. Dutch, how are you? So, again, what I want to get from you is, why don't you start and pull a game out that you pulled aside that you consider one of your personal greatest games of all time?
Personal opinion, all right? So what can I say? Now, in no particular order, this is the old version. I have the new version there, but my mic's in the way. So I love this game. It's a John Butterfield game. This was published by my God, West End Games.
Yeah.
And I think, and plus this connects me to Stuka Joe, because he did some cards for the games. Instead of you going back and forth reading the rules, you just flip over a card, and it's sequence of play. I mean, you just flip over the card and that's the next sequence. Flip over the card, next sequence. Smooth as butter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to go on?
Go ahead, please do.
Okay. Obviously,
I'm keeping an eye on the thing, because there's a reason I'm doing that. Oh, well, there you go.
And you
ambush.
See the connection here, eh?
Yeah.
There's John Butterfield. That guy He can do no wrong.
Yeah. And you actually asked him. You actually asked him. You said, "When are you going to reprint it?"
And he said, "When hell freezes over."
Yeah, and why was that? And he gave you a reason.
He said trying to match the sleeve with the movement with the booklet. He says that was so much work that they're never going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, John Butterfield was co-designer with Eric Lee Smith, and Eric Lee Smith laughed when I asked him. He laughed. Mm-hmm. You're never going to get it, he said. Never going to get
it. And it's just it speaks volumes as far as how that all kind of works out.
I mean, what a beautiful game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
So I'm going on.
Okay, go on.
This is a game that changed the way I saw a war game.
Okay.
Combat Commander, Chad Jensen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, okay.
It's not an old game. Well, it's not an old game. This game, old.
Being old doesn't mean that you're going to be the greatest game of all time. No. If you can really stand out and hold the test of time, that speaks a lot of volumes.
Absolutely.
But in a day and age, and I'm going to let you finish here. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
In a day and age where there's so many games that come out and yet one stands out like this, I mean, that's a testament to the game itself.
Absolutely. And it's controversial, this game, because people don't like the card system. If you don't have a move card, well, you ain't going to move. Well, he was trying to simulate the fog of war, the uncertainty, what's going on. One of the soldiers might be scared. He doesn't want to move, so
mm-hmm.
No move. If you don't have the no move card, it emulates that.
Yeah. Okay. Enough said.
Enough said.
Enough said. First of all, you know something? I've got to say something, and I got a note not too long ago, and I'm sorry, I'm going to step on your toes a little bit here. I had gotten a letter from someone who runs a bunch of groups, is part of this society for squad leader and stuff, and he was so nice and saying, we get a bad rap, but we're very passionate about this game. And when you think of the following that ASL has, I mean, it's huge.
Huge.
I mean, it is a magical type of game. It really is. And it's so in depth, and people take it personally, and they're always trying to just make it that much more realistic. And it's you really got to get into it and be a part of it. But those little modules that they came out with, they try to get people to just play the top layer of it. And if you could play the top layer of it, you still find it to be a fascinating and wonderful game.
And detailed. I mean,
yes.
Today I made quotes by Dan on Facebook just to be silly. I said, I'm going out to pick fiddleheads. So I said FPF, fun picking fiddleheads. Right away, some guy writes and says, that's an ASL acronym. It stands for this. And another guy wrote it. It's like, you have so many acronyms. Let me go on, Rob.
Go ahead.
Cab.
Oh, thank you for bringing that one into the game. Thank you.
And I've got a last one, and I did this one for nostalgia, because if it wasn't for this game to grab the masses, because this game, I'm sure, grabbed more people than I'm not whatever game.
Ogre. Wow. It's not on our list here. It's not on our massive list here.
Pookie Kid said Ogre.
Oh, did she?
I think so.
Okay, so that's gonna qualify.
This is
all right.
That he reprinted.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do before we even go into mine, because I'm not worried about mine. This is all about everybody here. So we're gonna go down to the table here. Okay, there we go. Kabook, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pop that out so we can see. Okay, a couple things here. We're gonna eliminate everything here that was not said more than once. Tactics 2, surprisingly. Flat Top, Civil War, Freeman's Farm, Sherman Leader, 1775. Rising Sun had more than one vote. Hold on here. Just burning along here. Field of Fire had 2. B-17 had 3. Armageddon War only had 1. RAF, we got to remove it.
Oh man,
sorry. Tank Duel and Warfighter is going to go. 40K, Path of Glory, Washington's War. Even though those are great games. World at War.
That's a game.
All right, so here's where we're at right now. We've got Ambush with about 3 votes, Combat Commander with 4 votes, Ambush with 4 votes, CNC Ancients. I'd like to keep that all together a bit. Last 100 Yards, Rising Sun, Field of Fire, B-17, and Ogre so far. Okay, so now we're going to come up top because I'm moving things along. All right. I got this under control, don't I?
That's pretty good there, Rob.
Yeah, I am. So, and Herman didn't even kick in one. He came in, said hi, and he got out. He probably went to go eat.
Supper time where he is.
He's not even watching the show. You want to know what? He's out. He's out. All right, so I'm going to share some with you. And
go ahead, man. I'm curious now.
It's kind of funny.
Let's go.
Panzer Blitz, Panzer Leader. I consider these kind of the same thing. For me, it's very personal.
Yep.
You need to return Emperor of the Sun. Who does? Oh, huge dinosaurs. Oh, okay. So, anyways, I mean, some just fantastic.
Yep.
Just fantastic. No, when somebody meant I didn't want to. I didn't Kabook. I did this for a reason. I didn't want to overcomplicate things. I just said, tell me your grades, and that's how you get kind of more of a true feel of things. And when people just blurt things out, and that's what I thought was kind of fun. This doesn't mean this is exactly right, this formula that I'm using, but I thought it was kind of interesting. If you just went,
I think it's pretty good.
It's an interesting formula how it works out. And a lot of these things come down to being personally and how they move you. Another one that I had, but I didn't pull it down because it's way up top, is Tactics 2. I erased it. I didn't feel that it had enough things. It was one of the first war games I ever played. And for me, before you started realizing some of the, you could say Gettysburg and all that stuff, that early Avalon Hill thing. But for me, Tactics 2, it wasn't about the Germans and Americans. It was about the blue and the red.
Blue and the red.
Learning and strategizing. And it never got old because of just how much you just were absorbed because you never saw anything like this back then.
Before they had implemented the hexes.
Yes.
Squares.
This one here, of course, ASL. I mean, I talked about it earlier while you pulled yours out, so I'm not going to go too much into it, Dan. But, we have to really recognize the greatness, the passion, because wargaming is a passion. Would you agree with that, Dan?
Absolutely.
Okay. And when you feel so strongly about it, and this is one of the things that I want to acknowledge in this list, is that, sometimes maybe people feel that we're sliding the grognards and all this stuff. No, we recognize their passion. Mm-hmm. I just think sometimes it's misplaced at times.
I agree.
But you want to talk about passion.
Yeah.
Passion and love for something, They grew up on this. They breathe it. They live it. They go to their jobs thinking of new ways to do it.
Rob, show the thickness of the binder. Kabuki says.
Yeah, memorize that.
Nah.
All right, memorize that. And you want to know the scary thing about it? There are people that can probably quote where to find a rule in that book because of the passion and the love that they have for that game. For me, this one has I'm going to tell you a story before I even pull it up. There was a magazine called Europa Magazine, and it was run by a gentleman named Gary.
Gygax?
No, Gary. I can't say his name. Stagnetto, Stenata, or something like that. He ran a store in Manchester, Connecticut. It was called Fathers and Son. He was a big component of this series, and I have a sealed copy that I will never open.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, this was from Games Research Design, a company that had made a game called Europa, and this is Second Front, but it was a giant series. Okay, and I'm just gonna hold on. I'm gonna go full screen a little bit with this. Now, this bad boy. Let me just read some of this. 4,800 die cut counters.
Oh my God!
4 maps that are probably about the size of your living room. Playing time about 12 plus hours. Okay. This was just part of what they were trying to do, which was have the entire scale of this, okay, played. People were very passionate about the Europa and this whole series. Now, Second Front is the biggest one of them. I have Scorched Earth. There's also War in the Desert, and each one would add a different piece to it. So I'm going to come up top here again. And for me, this was some of the hardcore stuff that I was introduced to. This is a master's level game. It was Europa was the king of monster war games. Thank you, Downriver Rick. It was big. And what they tried to do was create a thing called Grand Europa. Somebody I heard done it. I wrote them a little while ago. I never heard back from them. So I wonder if the site's dead. But this man was very passionate, and I would go in there and he would show me how to break and learn this game. And I would see him at conventions and I would buy things from him. He was a little different. But sometimes I'd be annoyed with him, and sometimes you just listen to him and love what he did, and he would make it up and give you a good deal. But I remember the last time I saw him, it was a winter's day, and he was standing there, and it was about 5 o'clock, and nobody was coming in the store, and he was sitting there playing a war game with his son, and his son had to be about 7 years old, and I'm getting in my car and I'm looking through the window, and he's just sitting there teaching his son. And I go, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get the Jarl. Those of you that follow my channel know who the Jarl is, and we're gonna go do something down in the cellar. And that was the last time I saw him. He had a heart attack and died.
Oh man.
Yeah, but his passion for this game lived on. Somebody did a video and said that this guy needs to be talked about more because of what he did for the hobby. And he was one very early on that believed in telling everybody, hey, it's not about us, it's about bringing more people in. And this is back in the 90s. Okay, so I remember that moment, and it'll stick with me. And that game I was able to find, mine got stolen when we moved down to Florida.
Oh man.
It was an open copy. And I recently went to a convention. I paid an extraordinary amount of money to have that sealed edition. But for me, it came home. and that's where it belongs. Okay, let's get back to what we were doing.
That scene that you just put in my head there,
Yeah,
of the man playing with a son, Norman Rockwell.
yeah. It really, it was that kind of a moment. There's just things that, in your last seconds of your life, what will pass by. And I think that scene will pass by because I wanted to be, and I was a lot younger back then. You're thinking 20, almost 30 years ago. The kids were real young. I said, something? I want to be a good father. I want to be a great father. And that made me think of that. And this game, it's amazing how these games connect you personally and do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of these guys get so passionate and loud about things, and they don't know how to express what they're trying to say. That, hey, you're messing with some of my childhood. Don't.
Memories, man.
Right. All right. So we're not going to count Europa because nobody said Europa. So I know I'm alone on a fence there. All right. So if we had to eliminate something, I know we got a little glare here, but just stay with me. What do we eliminate out of Ambush, Command and Colors Ancients, Panzer Leader?
No.
I didn't mark myself down there. Command, I marked myself there. I didn't mark myself there. All right, so here's the way I'm looking. I think Field of Fire has to go. It only got one vote.
All right. Okay,
Would everybody agree with that? Best 3 out of 5 answers. I think Field of Fire has to go. So I think that has to go on. Even though last 100 yards is very good, we didn't get a lot of turnover for that.
I would say all the ones with number 1 have to go.
All right. So I would agree with that. Ancients, last 100 yards, great game though. Field of Fire would have to go. Ogre
has to go.
Yeah, it has to go. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6. Okay, we got 6 games left in 3 slots. So I'm going to put it out there. I would like to see everybody's list. Okay, I would like to see everybody's top 3 out of these 6 games and see if we all agree on it. Now, I want you to write it down, Dan, and not tell me, and I'm going to write down what I think, and we're going to see how close we come with within everything with everybody. I'm going to put mine. Actually, I can write mine here because I'm not going to switch the screen until we see everybody's. Okay, I see Kabuki, what she said.
It hurts, man.
So I'm going to put a little X there. And okay, I'll put a little X there. And that. It's hard.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
But I went with my memories. I went with what gave me the most joy.
All right, there you go. And I'm gonna put that there. I gotta go that. I gotta go that, and then that. There we go. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's check things out. All right, so going by Kabuki.
Kabuki said
Robert Carroll. Just keep an eye on things.
Okay, you want me to read it out? You write it down?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've got Kabuki with ASL and Panzer Leader.
Okay.
I got Robert Carroll with Squad Leader, ASL.
Okay.
And I've got the Combat Commander Panzer Blitz. Panzer Leader, same thing.
Okay, yep, gotcha.
Let me see here. Dennis, Panzer Leader and Squad Leader.
Dennis is Panzer Leader and Squad Leader. Okay.
Downriver Ridge, we got Combat Commander.
Don't forget Ambush is there too.
Combat Commander, ASL, and Panzer Blitz, Panzer Leader.
Yep, gotcha.
I've got Fred from Homo Ludens saying Combat Commander and EOTS. Why do I know that? Mark Herman, man, Empire of the Sun. But is it their Empire of the Sun?
Rising Sun. Yep. Empire of the Sun, Rising Sun.
We got Tom Hui with Panzer Leader. We got Von Deacon with Squad Leader, Panzer Leader. And I think it's slowing down.
Okay. That's all right. That's all right. We'll give it a few more. We'll give it a little bit. Casey Huff coming strong with a Panzer Leader. Okay.
Yeah, James R with Combat Commander and Ambush.
Okay. That's Ambush is finally on the
Pete 40 Squad Leader, Ambush, Panzer Leader.
Oh, here comes Ambush. Panzer Leader. Okay. We're giving it, you gotta give the delay a little bit of a time here. Sometimes.
This is a little bit tense here.
It sure is. I'm kind of interested on how this all is going to turn out.
These people are hardcore gamers, man.
That's what we like. That's what we like. And it's just interesting just doing this. This doesn't mean these are the greatest games of all time. But just when you take a sampling, and it shows how beautiful and how much this fantastic hobby is, that you can gather a bunch of people and almost simultaneously have all these things. Wait, Rising Sun by no. Empire of the Sun. Yeah,
Empire of the Sun and Downriver Rick. Rising Sun was Avalon Hill, or Empire of the Sun by GMT. Yeah. So Downriver, is that the same game?
It's almost kind of like the same game.
Okay.
We'll call it Empire.
Oh, Casey Huff, Blood Rage.
Okay, Casey, no.
Nah, Casey, you're late to the party here.
Late to the party, bro. Somebody's trying to be funny. All right. So, all right. Well, I could tell you this much. We're kind of right there. Okay. So I'm going to ask you, what are yours?
Mine, and I chose them not in any particular order because I have memories of these, very vivid memories, and I can smell.
Mm-hmm.
Panzer Leader.
Hold on. Panzer Leader. Okay.
B-17.
Okay.
Ambush.
Okay. All right. So we'll go up on mine. What is it? Professor? Oh, okay, there you go. Let's get that out of the way. All right. So as you can see here, I went Squad Leader. I went Panzer Leader. And I went Ambush. Okay.
I was going to take out Panzer Leader, but the RAF. But Panzer Leader, I have wicked memories playing with my friend Dino.
Mm-hmm. All right. So my group. I'm just checking, making sure there was nothing else that we could add there. Okay. So with that said, that's going to eliminate B-17, which, you know, want to know something? A lot of people consider that probably one of the greatest games of all time.
It's got to go.
It's got to go.
It's got to go.
Empire of the Sun, shockingly, would have to go. But would have made the top 5? Yeah, it easily would have. And just in this little sampling of about 70 people that we have running through here. Okay, so just looking at this, I mean, obviously it's going to be Panzer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Combat Commander, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Squad Leader, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very close.
Well,
so
Ambush, no?
Ambush had 4.
Oh, man.
Yeah. ASL, Combat Commander.
Look at that, eh?
Panzer Leader. Now we're going to talk about this a little bit before we close this all out.
One of my first games, man, Panzer Leader.
My point. Put the R there, Rob. All right. So look at this. Look what we have here. What does that tell you?
That tells you people love tanks.
Well, number one, they love tanks, but number one, this is a game from a lot of people's childhood.
Yep.
Okay. And we still have that older crowd. How many people have not experienced a Panzer Leader? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
ASL, another game that is been around for a very long time, but yet
Combat Commander
made a very strong showing.
Yep.
You know, those historical and very, very deep games that you now is Panzer Leader the greatest quality game that you ever seen? No. I mean, geez, hold on here.
I mean, the counters are the size of my pinky.
The counters are the size of your pinky. The board. I mean, well, let's go up top. Let's do it, Dan. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I remember CRT, man. But you know what? The rule book wasn't that big.
How do you like this one? Untouched.
It's not even punched.
Nope. This is my. I'm going to keep this copy in case something happens to my old copy. I buy 2 of everything.
Seriously?
Yep, I do. Look at these boards.
Those boards, man.
Untouched by mankind. But look, look. There's not much there, Dan.
You know what? Combat Commander copied that, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And why does it hold up? It's about the play. It's not about these beautiful. Well, this board is the most beautiful board. These counters are the most beautiful counters. Does it help build it? I think it helps the younger crowd be involved thematically, where people that love just get thematically into it, because we're used to playing and using more of our imaginations than anything else.
What a great show, Rob.
Yeah, sure was. So, really think about this. And I'm talking to 50, 60 of you out there. Okay. Really think about this over the next week. I do remember a game called Sink the Bismarck. Sink the Bismarck was an excellent game. That was so much fun. Tom, I'm going to put that up, actually. That was such a good game. Whoa. I mean, that was a phenomenal game. That was so much fun. But the point that we made here today is think. Open up your minds and think. This is a wonderful hobby. And for you new people out there, you can take something like this and play it and really learn a lot of history. And you don't need all the glitz and glam, even though it's nice, because it really does help thematically. But thematically, you can be in this with a little bookshelf game and get immersed and learn so much. We talked about Waterloo being beautiful, but what it does is it teaches you along the way, which all of these do in some fashion, some way.
And look at that cover. That cover is iconic.
It's an iconic cover. Panzer Blitz is an iconic cover. These are beautiful games.
Yeah, Fred. Have a good one.
Take it easy, Fred. Fred
is Homo Luden. He's from. He's right now living in Denmark.
Oh, okay. All right. Listen, I think this was a lot of fun. It was something totally different because we don't do cookie cutter shows. Okay, we're not. Hey, Dan, how you doing? How's your week? How you been, Dan? Well, today's special guest. Hey, let's tip one back.
Rob,
please. We want to test your. We want you to think. We want you to laugh, and we want you to cry, because if you do that, you've had a full day. Who said that? Jimmy Valvano. Okay. You've had a wonderful life if you can do all those things in one day. Mm-hmm. And that's what we try to do here at War and Pieces. All right. We'll try to give you the very best that we can. And Dan, another fantastic job by you, as always. That's why you are the co-host of this. I can't do it without you.
And Rob, that mechanism you had, we got to use it again sometimes.
You want to know something? You want to know something?
Off the cuff.
I made that up in the last. All right. Well, we got nothing going on this week.
Awesome.
No, I honestly, you know, the best thing about the show, it does itself. That's it. All right. Listen, I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope that you guys really, really enjoyed what we did this week. Dan, say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, people, and we'll see you next week.
Why don't you throw out a little, a little bit for your show there?
Oh, look, I got my show, No Enemies Here. It's War Game News, and it's on Saturdays. There you go.
And soon, and very soon, in the next couple of weeks, Saturdays are going to be also invaded by No Enemies Here on Board Game Geek. All right. We normally don't have content on Saturday. Well, forget about that. Get ready. He's going to be doing something special each and every week for you, entertaining you with wargaming greatness, of course. And who better than No Enemies Here? One of the best guys in the business here. Okay. And of course, as always, make sure you like and subscribe over at Board Game Geek. Become a part of the Geek Army. We've got so many great things. You guys heard about our virtual con. Make sure you check it out. A lot of fantastic things that are going on over at the Geek to help everybody get through what is going to be a very difficult year. But I promise you this much. They're going to put their hearts in every single thing they do, and that's what they do. Don't forget to subscribe here at Rob's Tabletop World. Okay, like, subscribe, smash that like button, and we've got content every single day for you. This is the 47th straight live video that we've done, and we're always working hard for you guys. And until next time, for Dan and myself, we love you all. Be safe. Remember, to the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. We love you all. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Rob.